Welcome to Sleepless Readings. Tonight we'll be reading a tale called I Met a Lot Lizard. I've been a truck driver for about 5 years. It's a truly great career. I get to travel the country and be on the road all the time. It also pays very, very well. My father was a truck driver, and so was his father too. For all those who don't know what a lot lizard is, it's a woman who exchanges favors for money or for rides. They hang out at truck stops. In my experience seeing them, many look drugged out and not appealing. I never let one in my cab and wouldn't want to, but have heard others talk about their experiences on the CB radio. Yesterday was like any other day as a truck driver. I pulled into a truck stop in Tennessee. My evening plans were to get a delicious quality cheeseburger and take a shower. The rest of the night would be me relaxing in the cab and watching the Twilight Zone on my iPad. While I was in my cab trying to take some me time and cuddle up in my blanket, I heard a tap on the window. I figured it could have been a fellow road warrior who may have needed maintenance help or to see if I had a microwave meal to spare. But it wasn't. It was a beautiful woman. She was a stunning redhead with a gorgeous figure. She was shivering and rubbing her arms for warmth. She wasn't wearing a jacket.
Could I come in your cab? I'm awfully cold.
That's typically what a lot lizard would say. Then they get in, and you can picture the rest.
I could make it worth your while.
She had a cute smile, and her lips shivered. She wasn't like most women who knocked on my door. She looked like my dream woman, the kind I would want to buy a house with and let my mama meet.
Please, I'm so cold. It's freezing out here.
I finally felt temptation. I was filled with desire. I could let her in and feel some companionship I haven't felt in a while.
Well, are you gonna let me in? I won't charge much.
As tempted as I was, it's almost like someone punched me in the stomach. I felt a conviction that I shouldn't do that. But maybe I could help her out. Maybe I could let her in and warm up. But I had another idea. Ma'am, how about you go inside that restaurant and get you something good to eat? I'll call him and pay the tab. Get you some good coffee and some good food. I watched as her adorable smile seemed to make a turn to a disgusted look.
I don't want that. I want in your cab.
That restaurant is plenty warm. I could call an officer if you'd like. Maybe they could help you. She looked like she was ready to spit on me. She yelled at me that I was a joke and walked off. I went back to my bunk to lay down and get cozied up for the night. It felt like I made a mistake. Sure, I might have tried to help her, but I'd hate for someone to get really cold. I got back up to call her over, but something was different. Her body transformed. She was no longer a redhead. She had black hair and was a bit chubbier. She was at the truck next to mine. Her voice sounded different, too.
Could I come in your cab? It's awfully cold.
I sat frozen as I watched the guy open his door and she climbed in. I sat for a few minutes just watching the truck, and I began hearing him grunt loudly. Maybe I was full of sleep deprivation. Maybe I just needed some good sleep finally. I sat in my passenger seat and closed my eyes for a moment. Then I heard a loud thud. She was at my window, with a wide smile covered in blood. Her hands were pressed up to the window, with blood on them too. Her teeth were sharp and jagged, and her eyes were bright yellow. They shined so bright. She was breathing heavily and aggressively. Her voice sounded so distorted.
You sure I can't come in?
She was laughing with such an evil crackle. By the time I screamed, other truckers were piling out to see if I was okay, but I became hysterical. She was gone. When the police and ambulance arrived, I was trying my best to explain it. They must have thought I was crazy. They said the inside of the cab was inhuman. His guts were spread all over. Thank you for listening. That was I Met a Lot Lizard.
Don't forget to like the video, it does help to boost the channel.
Leave a comment for the algorithm.
There's new stories every Sunday.
Not to mention the shorts on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
So subscribe.
And ring the bell.
Thanks, guys. And as always, stay sleepless.